Hey y'all, welcome back. So a little while ago, me and my wife went up to visit her family who live up in like rural Georgia. I knew it was going to be a particularly quick trip, so I didn't bring a ton of photography equipment, didn't bring a million different films. I basically brought one camera, one film, and that's about it, with the hopes that maybe I'd be able to go out and shoot. And as it turns out, one of the mornings I had some free time. Savannah was off with her grandmother, the other family was busy, so I was like, you know what? This is it. I haven't really explored this town very much. I've been here a couple times, but mostly we stuck around the house. So I really wanted to go out and explore this town because as my travels in Florida show, small towns have a lot of character and I love photographing them. So I grabbed my camera and I hit the road. It unfortunately was a pretty dreary morning out and I had color film loaded up in the camera from a previous shoot, but full steam ahead, get through the roll. And honestly, I did have a backup roll just in case I got through this one. But either way, I knew I needed to document this area. The first stop was this abandoned antique junk store. I had seen it on the way in. That bright orange really catches your eye as you drive in, and I knew I needed to come back and stop here. And right down the road was this abandoned trailer. Savannah had actually seen it on her previous solo trip up here to see her family and sent it to me. And I was super excited to come and take photos of it myself, and it did not disappoint. Once again, wishing the lighting was better because of the colors, but I'm still very happy with these photos and compositions. And the trailer shape itself lends itself to some interesting lines, like the roof is not straight. It's cool. I then drove into the town of Waverly Hall proper. It's a really, really small little town with a really small little downtown, but definitely worth walking around, and I definitely found some cool things. This is one of my favorites from the trip. The lack of color definition really works in the photo's favor here. It almost looks purposefully desaturated. Not to mention those power lines hanging overhead, giving the house a really cool framing. Another one I really like, coincidentally, right next door. Once again, the power lines giving it that framing, and the colors just working. I'm currently out driving in Waverly Hall. It's a little small town just outside of Columbus, Georgia, where my wife's family lives. And on the way in yesterday, I saw a bunch of interesting looking buildings, and I was like, well, if I have time tomorrow, I gotta go take some photos. So here we are. I'm out shooting with my Canon AE1 program. It's currently loaded with some Kodak Gold. I don't have a ton of that film left in it, so it's a pretty cloudy day out too, so I don't know how the colors are going to come out, but if I run out, I've got some Kitmir Pan 100 ready to go, black and white. We'll see what happens. This is almost a great photo. I love the composition here and the fact that you can see through the window holes of this abandoned green building, coupled with the brick to the left and the pink to the right. I do wish it was just a bit more sunny so you could really see these colors as they were, but it's still cool nonetheless. Another favorite from today, the green garage across the street really caught my eye, so I made this composition with the table and tree in the foreground, and I really like it. And that green really pops against all those grays and browns. After walking around a bit, I decided, hey, let's get moving, let's go driving, let's go see what else I can find. This graveyard was neat. Graveyards are usually pretty neat. but honestly, I couldn't find any really interesting compositions. I did snag one photo, but just cool to look around for a little bit though. I then found this little neighborhood lake just kind of off the side of the road, and it was so beautiful, I immediately pulled over. Power lines are just everywhere today, it seems. Love this photo and how the road is leading you back and around the sign, which is the main focal point, both visually with really the only bright color and compositionally with that road leading around it and the power lines on the other side. I then headed towards, one of my favorite subjects in any small town, the post office, but I didn't know what I would be finding. Definitely a surprise. Love this one. One of the more unique post offices I have ever seen, and very different colors than I typically get in Florida.
This post office, there's someone here, but it's also weirdly kind of abandoned. I don't know what's going on with this building, but it's very interesting.
Photos like this make me wish I had a true panorama camera. I would never crop a 35mm photo to get pano style and lose all that resolution. I don't want to I have a problem cropping anything other than the intended photo dimensions.
Thanks to the very nice lady inside the post office, I found out that this is an abandoned school building, basically, and they only use essentially this section for the post office. Otherwise, it's all empty and abandoned and terrifying, so that's cool. Now I'm up in Shiloh, and basically this town is very similar to Waverly Hall, it seems. You had a main road, bunch of shops like here off of it, but then the highway came through or whatever, and they kind of just built it to the side. That's the highway over there. Over there, that's where the highway is. So you have this main road with all these rundown looking buildings, but right next to the highway. And the reason I stopped here is these cool gas pumps, old school gas pumps. You don't really see a lot of these anymore. They're just cool. I assume they might work. Well, I assume they don't work, if I'm honest.
A favorite of the trip, one of the best subjects I found all day, and the sun was starting to come out, so you get a little bit of breakup in the sky with a little bit of color. Really nice. And after leaving Shiloh, I headed back to the family's house, check in, see if everyone was back, see what was going on. Basically, I still had a little bit of time to kill, so I decided, hey, let's go for a walk around the property. It's very pretty here as well, and I wanted to take some pictures here. The colors of these leaves were truly amazing and beautiful, and I'm so glad I actually still had some of that color film left in my camera and hadn't switched to black and white yet. The family has a little pond on the property that's really pretty, so I grabbed Tinkerbell, which is Savannah's grandma's dog, and we went for a little walk.
Tink, you want to go to the lake? You want to go to the lake, Tink? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Tinkerbell is such a good dog and so obedient and stayed exactly where I asked her to so I could get these two amazing photos of her.
Tinkerbell, hey, no, no. So I'm out here today, and it is just beautiful out right now. I wish I had waited a little while longer to go out and take photos because, wow, it's really pretty out. But I'm so glad I did. I just wanted to show you guys what it was like, you know, not gray.
And the last photo I took is another favorite. I love the reflections on the water, making it almost seem like a seamless mass of trees. It's very beautiful, very serene. And that was that. A quick morning of photography in rural Georgia really reset me. It was really nice to just go around, be by myself for a little bit, take these photos, explore the town. You know, I just love going around to a new location, see what I find. Sometimes nothing, sometimes everything. Just don't have any expectations and see where your eye takes you, see where the road takes you. I don't know. It's something wonderful and I love doing it. And as always, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel and my photography adventures. Let me know in the comments below if you have a preference for shooting color or black and gray when the weather is a little dreary. I kind of liked the color, even though black and gray probably would have been a better fit. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more film photography adventures. And if you liked this video, I'll see y'all next time.